Who were the players that defined an era at Arsenal? The ones who made us dream, win, and believe in greatness. From the electrifying goals to the iconic moments, these legends didn't just play, they shaped the club. Some captained the team to glory, others brought us unforgettable moments of magic, but all left their mark in ways no Gunners fan will ever forget. But who will truly stand out as the greatest of all time? Stick around as we take a deep dive into the 5 players who not only changed the game for Arsenal, but also for the football world. And wait until you find out who tops the list. Trust me, you might be surprised. Before we reveal the names, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we've got more Arsenal greatness coming your way. Now let's talk about Arsenal's greatest ever goal machine, Thierry Henry. If you're an Arsenal fan, you already know the name that's practically written in gold in the club's history. 228 goals in just 376 games. Let that sink in for a moment. That's an average of a goal every 1.6 matches. Insane, right? Henry wasn't just about the numbers though. This man redefined what it meant to be a striker. His pace, unstoppable. His finishing, clinical. And his flair, unmatched. Whether it was curling shots into the top corner or making defenders look like amateurs with his dribbles, Henry made it all look effortless. Remember his iconic flick and volley goal against Manchester United in 2000? Or that insane solo run against Tottenham where he dribbled half the pitch before scoring? These moments weren't just goals, they were works of art. Henry's brilliance led Arsenal to 2 Premier League titles. But the cherry on top? The Invincibles season. A whole league campaign unbeaten. Henry was the heartbeat of that squad, netting 30 goals in the league that season alone. No wonder he bagged the Golden Boot 4 times during his Arsenal career. And let's not forget his connection with the fans. When he kissed the Highbury turf after breaking Ian Wright's goal record, you could feel the love. It was pure passion, pure Arsenal. So here's the big question. Is Thierry Henry the greatest player the Premier League has ever seen? Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, we've got Dennis Bergkamp, the man who brought a touch of magic to Arsenal. If Thierry Henry was the engine, Bergkamp was the artist. Over 120 goals and countless assists during his time at Arsenal. This guy wasn't just playing football, he was painting masterpieces on the pitch. Bergkamp's technique was flawless. Every pass, every touch, every finish. It was like watching poetry in motion. And who can forget that goal against Newcastle in 2002? The spin, the control, the finish. It wasn't just a goal, it was a masterclass in creativity. But it wasn't just about the spectacular. Bergkamp was Arsenal's brain on the field. His vision was unreal, threading impossible passes and creating chances out of nothing. He turned the ordinary into extraordinary, and his teammates looked even better because of him. He was key to Arsenal's success in the late 90s and early 2000s, winning 3 Premier League titles and 4 FA Cups. And yes, he was there during the Invincibles season, pulling the strings and making sure everything clicked. Off the pitch, he was calm and composed, a true professional. On it, pure elegance. Even defenders respected him because he didn't rely on brute force. He outsmarted them. A real gentleman of the game. And now let's talk about Patrick Vieira, the beating heart of Arsenal's midfield and the definition of a true leader. Vieira wasn't just a player, he was a force of nature. Standing tall at 6'4", he combined power, skill, and intelligence in a way that left opponents struggling to keep up. As Arsenal's captain, Vieira led by example. He was the rock in midfield during the legendary Invincibles season in 2003-04, guiding the team to an unbeaten league campaign. Think about that, a full season without a single loss. Vieira was the glue that held everything together. Defensively, he was a wall. His tackles were precise, and his ability to break up play was second to none. But Vieira wasn't just about defense. He could surge forward with the ball, create chances, and even score crucial goals. Remember that winning penalty in the 2005 FA Cup final against Manchester United? Pure ice in his veins. Vieira wasn't afraid to stand his ground either. fiery battles with Manchester United's Roy Keane are the stuff of Premier League legend. Those clashes weren't just about rivalry, they were about two warriors fighting for their teams. What made Vieira special was how he inspired those around him. He demanded the best from his teammates, and they gave it. With Vieira in the middle, Arsenal played with confidence, strength, and a sense of invincibility. So do you think Patrick Vieira is Arsenal's greatest ever captain? Drop your answer in the comments. And hey, if you love football history as much as we do, hit that subscribe button. We've got so many more legends to talk about. Let's talk about the one and only Tony Adams, Mr. Arsenal himself. Tony wasn't just a player, he was Arsenal, a one-club legend who dedicated his entire 19-year career to the Gunners, leading them through one of the most iconic eras in the club's history. Adams captained Arsenal for an incredible 14 years, winning 4 league titles. And here's the kicker. He's the only player in English football history to captain a team to league titles in 3 different decades, the 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s. That's leadership on another level. On the pitch, Adams was an absolute rock in defense. His positioning, perfect. His tackles, timely. And his ability to read the game, pure genius. With him at the back, Arsenal's defense was nearly impenetrable. Think of that famous backline with Adams, Dixon, Winterburn, and Bold, solid as a brick wall. But Tony wasn't just a defender, he scored some big goals too, including that iconic strike against Everton in 1998, where he stormed forward, controlled the ball beautifully, and smashed it into the net. That goal summed up everything he stood for: strength, skill, and sheer determination. Off the pitch, Adams faced battles of his own, including struggles with alcohol. But here's what made him truly inspiring. He didn't just overcome his challenges, he used them to help others by founding the Sporting Chance Clinic. Tony Adams was more than a footballer. He embodied Arsenal's spirit, passion, resilience, and loyalty. Before Thierry Henry reigned supreme, Ian Wright was the man for Arsenal. From the moment he joined in 1991, Wrighty was electric. In just 7 seasons, he smashed in 185 goals for the Gunners, becoming the club's all-time leading scorer, a record that stood until Henry arrived. But what made Wright special wasn't just his goals, it was his passion. Every celebration, every smile, every fiery moment on the pitch. It was all pure love for the game. And let's talk about those goals. Wright scored every type you can imagine: curlers, volleys, headers, poachers, finishes. He was a striker who could do it all. One of his standout moments? That hat trick against Ipswich in 1997, where he broke Cliff Baston's record. The joy on his face as he pulled out that iconic "Just Done It" shirt. Absolute legend. He carried Arsenal through a transitional period in the early 90s when the team wasn't at its peak. His goals kept the Gunners competitive, and his energy inspired everyone around him. And even after Henry took his record, Wright never stopped showing love for Arsenal. He became one of the club's loudest cheerleaders, and fans still adore him today. And hey, if you love Arsenal legends like Wrighty, make sure to subscribe to the channel. More stories like this are coming your way.